It's Monday, so that means The Oval is brand new with hot topics, entertainment news, and a special guest. With a table of diverse, young, SUNY Oneonta students, The Oval always brings you controversial perspectives. Get ready to hear Oval opinions from our hosts, Marleny Ramirez, Terrell Rose, Sean Miller, Bhanu Gaur, Ruth Benitez, and Asia Garris.
Hello and welcome to The Oval. Tonight we will cover the viral video of two black men who were arrested in Starbucks and Sean Hannity being a client of Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen. We also have Melanie Vibes, a junior at our very own SUNY Oneonta, here to talk about a music project that she has been working on for artists from Brooklyn. And later, Derek and the Dominos will perform original music. So let's get started. Starbucks, there was a video that went viral. Two men were sitting in Starbucks and the employee called the cops on them because they were just sitting there, they hadn't purchased anything, and when the cops were called, they were arrested. And witnesses said they didn't do anything, this was completely unfair, and now Starbucks is being boycotted. What do we think about this?
Yeah, let's boycott Starbucks. Boycott, because I mean, anyone can. It's a public place. If you're walking around in the city and you just want to take a rest for a minute, probably you're thinking about grabbing a coffee. Oh, I'll just sit. There's so many people who sit in Starbucks, don't buy anything on their computers.
No, yeah, that's the big thing was like Starbucks is like the universal like meetup spot in the United States. Like when you're like meeting like for a business meeting, like casually meeting up with somebody, Starbucks is the place. Yeah. So I think like a lot of people were just enraged that something at such a friendly establishment.
So like normal and typical, yeah.
Yeah, and
like
obviously
people go there to relax. It's a relaxing environment.
Yeah.
It's 100%
and they were there for a business meeting, like with this guy Andrew Yaff, who in the videos, if you watch, he's like, "This is ridiculous. Why are they being arrested? Did they do anything?" And I mean, the fact that he was defending them says a lot. You know, adds to the.
Well, I also you didn't mention that the guy defending them was white.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an important point because the two men were meeting their friend who happened to be a white male, and when the cops came arrested him, he was like, they didn't do anything wrong. Right. They're meeting me. What's wrong? Like, what's happening? And I think it's very important that that man stood up for them, came to their defense in that given time, and it was on video. Right. Because a lot of times, if, let's say, somebody of color were to defend them, they may not get such a positive reaction from the cops.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just trying to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
They weren't given the code because they hadn't bought anything. But you mentioned earlier that 2 seconds before someone walked out and hadn't bought anything, but he was white.
So it's a deeper problem than we think, because if you're gonna be such a well put out establishment, like we know what the atmosphere in there is like. People meet up, people just sit there with their coffees, or not even with a coffee, just probably a newspaper, just looking at watching not watching the news, reading the news. So you can't tell someone you can't be here. It's a public place. There's no law. Is there a law saying that you have to buy something to stand in a public place?
It's just company policy, but it's not even enforced half the time.
Well, yeah, so the employee who called the cops, she was fired, at least that's what
the manager was receiving.
Yes. They released a statement before we knew any of that. They said, we apologize for anybody who felt uncomfortable because of this, and the employee was fired. So do you still think that we should be boycotting Starbucks even after those measures were taken?
I think, first of all, as someone who was a previous employee of Starbucks, it's really disheartening and upsetting to see that something like this happen, because the two people that were arrested, they were in police custody for 8 hours, supposedly, according to the Philadelphia deputy of police. And they were just sitting there. They weren't doing anything wrong. People have been allowed, I've seen numerous times, as an employee, even as a patron and customer, people just coming in and out, and as long as they're nice and respectful, which usually always is, everyone is, they're allowed to use the bathroom. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And they were waiting for a meeting, a business meeting. It's a friendly neighborhood place. It should be treated like as such. And the fact that that happened means it threatens what they say are their values.
And I feel like I have to constantly bring this up because it's not about only like policy, like just like, oh, anybody should be allowed to sit in a Starbucks. They were they were racially profiled. They were targeted because they were black. So I think that has to, like, it's not about, oh, you, like, why would you kick somebody out or call the cops if they didn't buy anything? No. Why would you call the cops on two black men who were just minding their own business and not doing anything? So it speaks volumes. It's a bigger problem than I feel like people are.
Do you guys think the police also played a role in like the racial profiling that happened?
I mean, yeah, it's their duty to protect and serve. So as a police officer, you are to assess the situation. I don't think there was any assessment in the situation. If you are to assess a situation, you first, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening? There was, we didn't see what was going on before that. However, like, there's no like, they didn't struggle.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you, but we have to take a short break and we will be right back.
Welcome back to another episode of The Oval. I'm Megan, and we are here in the green room with Derek and the Dominos. So for the first segment, we are going to do a very quick lightning round. So you ready, guys?
Do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. So, name.
Johnny Pietraboni.
Derek Domino,
Carl Storkman.
Joe Maltese.
Role in the band.
Bass.
rhythm guitar and vocals.
Lead guitar.
The old fiddlesticks. Drums.
All right, year.
Graduated senior.
Senior graduating in May.
Graduated senior.
Senior graduating sometime this summer.
Eventually.
Eventually, yeah. Major.
Music.
Business economics.
Music performance.
Music industry.
Awesome. And my favorite question, who is your favorite artist?
Thundercat.
Gotta give it to John Mayer.
Jimi Hendrix and the Bands of Gypsies.
Nice.
The Beatles. Or the Beatles.
Or the Beatles. Fair enough.
Welcome back. So we're going to move on to Sean Hannity, and basically Donald Trump's personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, who has been involved in various scandals as of late. He apparently also assisted, advised, whatever you want to call it, Sean Hannity in some unknown business. So that's sketchy, super sketchy.
Sketchy, shady, all of that.
Yeah.
Like how many things has Donald Trump or his advisement or his cabinet, just everything that has to do with Donald Trump is just so shady. When are we gonna take initiative and actually start doing things proactively to stop these things from happening, to stop all of this bad publicity to come to light? It's not the fact that it came to light. We want it done. Like,
yeah, and also we want to know, because like, yeah, sure, we know the fact that, okay, whatever, they have somewhat of a relationship, but we don't know what's happening. And it's kind of like a gray area, because on one side, a client and a lawyer, they should have a sense of confidentiality. So as much as I don't like Sean Hannity, like, as a client, he should have the privacy and protection that he was guaranteed if there was...
If he was a client, though, because he even has stated that he never got any invoices, he never legally paid Michael Cohen, and I don't know, he just like says he had no relation with him. He like asked for advice, asked for his input on certain legal like things, but he never really was his client. At least that's what Sean Hannity said.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
From what I believe, at least I saw on like social media, even the internet, Sean Hannity was claiming that Michael Cohen is simply his friend, and that they've been friends for nearly 30 years, and that he simply just have receiving legal advice off him.
Okay. But don't you think it's a little bit, again, sketchy?
The situation is bizarre.
That
yeah.
Michael Cohen is currently, what is he being investigated for?
Okay, he's being investigated for bank fraud and political campaign finance violations, right?
Uh-huh.
But he's not only connected with that, he's connected with Trump's like thing with Stormy Daniels and the 130
paying her off,
and also paying off a Playboy bunny who was linked with Elliot B. Brody, right? He like negotiated a $1.6 million deal with her because she was pregnant after an affair. So he's a sketchy person.
So with these, like, obviously now the only thing, like, it's a conspiracy theory, really, because we don't really know the facts behind like what correlation there is between Sean Hannity and Michael Cohen, but the fact that there's this trend with this guy defending and, you know, like being associated with like these scandalous cases, like
it says a lot about him.
I would personally have to disagree with you. Although you saw it as wrong, the FBI going into his things and going to his hotel, going to his home, and taking like up to $1 million.
Well, no, I don't think that. I think that was completely justified. Revealing a person's name when nothing, like what did Sean Hannity do? Do we know what he did? So why do we know his personal information? Why do we know that his lawyer was Michael Cohen if he has done nothing?
If he was in a legal and business practice with him, and it totally depends on the contract, because I am no business law expert. So depending on, you're right, I agree. Like if there is a contract and they are in business together, then certain contracts may prohibit the fact that his information was released, as long as he isn't on trial for anything, or if he's not right now like being in the process of convicted of something.
I just think like if the tables were turned and somebody who it was well respected amongst like somebody who you respected a lot, their information about whoever their lawyer was, their business was out, and they had done nothing wrong, we would not be saying good for that person. But we're saying good for Sean Hannity because no one likes him.
I mean, what's done in the dark has to come to the light, and we don't know what conspiracy is going on and behind every.
But that's the fact that we don't know.
We don't know, but it could be a whole lot darker. And I'm saying, like, this is to the United States. This is to our government. When are you going to take initiative? Just like you took initiative to go and find out what's actually going on in the lives of people who have some type of power in our country. At least just do that for the safety of us, like the people.
Yeah,
I mean, take initiative in the country instead of in Syria.
For
example.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole different issue. But we have to take another quick break, so we will be right back. We're here with Marleny Vibes, a junior at Oneonta, and she's here to talk about her musical performance project. How are you?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a junior here at SUNY Oneonta. I'm a music industry major. I actually wasn't a music industry major when I came here, but I am now, and I'm actually a graduate from my last school with a music degree, so I have a little bit of a background in music.
Cool. So explain the project that you're working on.
Well, it's pretty much a project that I put on myself. It's not for a class or anything. It's something that I wanted to do to prove to myself that I can actually, you know, do what I am aspiring to do in the music industry, which is being a talent manager and a booking agent. So pretty much the event is just friends of mine that have inspired me to actually come here to, you know, take on music. And it's a musical performance that's going to be happening on campus, and they're going to be performing music from their new album. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So what's the name of the group?
The name of the group is The Hit List. So you can pretty much find their music on any major platform that you listen to music, like Apple.
And they're performing where?
The CME Great Room on April 27th.
Okay.
Do you have any more performances planned for the rest of the semester as well?
No, this is actually taken me a while to put together, so I haven't had the chance to take on any other projects, but I will definitely be doing it next semester.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, so in terms of you working on this by yourself, like that's really, really great. So you want to get into the music industry field. So what really inspired you? Like, how did you get into doing this project by yourself?
Well, pretty much I'm very inspired by this group. They, you know, when I first met them last year, they put so much inspiration and so much motivation on me as far as never stop doing what you love, never give up on what you aspire to do. And what made me take on this project is because they are very well known in New York City. So what I wanted to do is push their music out there. So since I'm upstate, I wanted to, you know, have everybody on campus know about them and stuff like that. So yeah.
What kind of music do they do?
They do a lot of freestyling. Each of them are all individual artists, but what they usually do is like hip hop music and stuff like that. They rap, they rap a lot too. So.
Make sure to check them out. The CME. When is it?
April 27th.
And book her if you want a show. So after the break, our entertainment host Asia will be joining us. So stay tuned. are here with our entertainment host, Asia, bringing us our Monday Tea special. So let's hear it.
So you guys are not going to believe it, but Beyonce is back. The Queen Bee herself performed this weekend at Coachella. Before starting her performance with the song Run the World Girls, she wanted to thank Coachella for allowing her to be the first African-American woman to perform or headline for them. The performance was 2 hours long, but it's HBCU themed, which I absolutely love and think was super dope. The performance included dancers, a marching band. She included a few fan favorites with Destiny's Child, Jay-Z. Did you guys see the performance or hear about it? I think it was like really super
One
dope.
cool thing that I heard was that she changed, it's kind of stupid, but she changed her nail polish like mid-set.
What?
Which is
Really?
kind of, so they were like, all right, Beyonce is the level of extra I want to achieve.
not hear that.
Like, to go behind, like, backstage for 20
Exactly.
minutes and then come back with like I don't know, she's a diva,
Exactly.
whatever.
I don't know. I personally, I love Beyonce, but not as much as everybody else does.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's an unpopular.
Yeah.
I always get attacked for that.
Yeah, Beyonce, you're great. I love you, but like I'm not a die-hard fan. Your music is amazing, but I'm not a die-hard fan.
Like a 2-hour show, I would not sit through that and be like, oh my God, I love
Some
this. I'd be
people
like,
would
I want to
say-
go.
Comparing her to Michael Jackson,
Really?
everything, yes.
No, I definitely think she's an icon. She
Yeah.
will go down in the books as one of the best artists.
I think so
ever.
too. Like
Definitely.
she's very, very popular.
Versatile.
Even
She can
exactly.
dance, she
Her tour
can
is coming
sing,
out with
she's-
Jay-Z. On the Run Part 2 is coming out in the summer. So I think that and also she just had twins last year. So I think that is really like cool. And plus she's the first African American to do
that.
that.
And I
Like,
heard that she had she was supposed to headline Coachella the year
last
before,
year,
right?
yeah,
and
but
she
she was
couldn't because of the
pregnant.
twins.
And
she
so
really
Lady
made
Gaga
up for it
took
this year.
over.
Yeah.
But yeah, she still bodied it. Lady Gaga was cool. But anyway, and other news, Kendrick Lamar today makes history by being the first rapper to receive the
That's another
Pulitzer
snap.
Prize,
Snap snaps?
which is snap snap, because basically the award is to accomplish or give recognition to American literature, journalism, and music. Which was also surprising because usually the musical award only goes to jazz and classical music. So I think that this was really dope.
Yeah, they gave it to the album called Damn.
Damn.
And that album, from start to finish, it really hooks you in. He starts you off in like a really slow, somber kind of feeling, and the narrative that was played.
He tells a story.
Yeah, and when he says, "You lost your life, gunshot," it's just like, oh wait, I'm dead now. So this is all the things that's going through your mind while you're listening to Damn, and there's like biblical context towards it. Like there's one line, it says Deuteronomy says that we all are the earth, we all have been cursed, and his view on like the African American self it's very like profound because you're looking at it through a different lens, and this is like a 2018 like rapper's lens, you know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely think this is like a milestone for like not only him, just the Black community.
Exactly, and I think that album did really good. Like he won multiple Grammys.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys like, what's your favorite like song of the album? But like I just think that it's like so cool, like the whole album, especially. I want to say congratulations to like the African American community because like we're the first for a lot of things, like, and we only like.
Well, we're not the first for.
I'm saying
we're making. There's a lot of progress.
Yes,
yes.
a lot of progress.
So I agree with you, and we have to take another break. Stay with us, and Derek and the Dominos will be joining us.
Stand the man alone and free, embracing how perfect life can be. I waited on spring before only to find always had my peace of mind. Opened them along to taste the air, drowning in debt, but I don't care. All the birds are friends of foe. And for a moment I know, for a moment I know, for a moment I know, don't get too far away, don't get too far away. Lamp burns dim, but I don't move. I don't need light to feed the crew. A sleight of hand, I'll kiss your neck. You're upside down, but I don't feel it yet. And I keep laying on the floor. You're lost in the songs we don't hear anymore. I feel like new, but it don't show. And for a moment I know, I know. For a moment I know, don't get too far away, don't get too far away. Thank you, guys. Check, check, check. All right. This song is called For My Queen. Look out the window, fight through the gloom. Won't move a muscle till I see you. Look at those eyes in the sunlight, smile under the moon. No, oh, 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 you make me feel like a newborn boy. And I start dancing so gracefully, and you move me so comfortably onto the night sky, where I find and let me run by. You slip so casually, to our future and where we'll be until night times. Can you our ties with tomorrow's sunshine? Baby, baby, you're straight to your feet. You look so good. these tie blue jeans. You're laughing all night and smile all day. I'm drunk off your love, so I think I should stay. No, oh, oh, oh. You make me feel like a newborn boy. And I start dancing so gracefully, and you're moving so comfortably until night sky, where I find never let me run dry. Kiss lips so casually, see I picture in where we'll be until night sky, where I find never let me run dry. No, oh, 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 you make me feel like a newborn boy. And I start dancing so gracefully, and the moment so comfortably until night sky, where I find never let me run dry. Kiss lips so casually, so I picture in where we'll be until night dies. The new eye ties with tomorrow's sunshine. And I start dancing so gracefully, and you're moving so comfortably until night sky, where I find never let me run dry. Kiss lips so casually, so I picture in where we'll be until the night dies. The new eye ties with tomorrow's sunshine.
Thank you guys, thank you.
You guys did an amazing job. Thank you all for coming on. Where can we find your music?
We actually have we have stuff on Facebook. It's me coming out. We have 2 demo songs coming out this week, and then we have an album coming out before graduation, so probably May 10th.
And where can we find you?
We'll be on MySpace. Well, obviously MySpace.
What's your username?
We're Derek and the Dominos. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on. We'll be on Spotify eventually, and YouTube is gonna be all over the place. So,
all right, awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to follow us at The Oval TV on Instagram and Twitter.
A lonely day.